The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chairman of the Senate committees that are relevant to the oil industry, and Chairman of the committees of the House of Representatives, let me at this point stand on the protocol already established. It is my profound delight to warmly welcome all in attendance, both physically and virtually, to this historic event, the commissioning of the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center, NOGEC, situated at the DPR Annex in Lagos. You will recall that immediately following our inauguration as ministers of the Federal Republic, 9 key deliverable priorities were handed down to the Ministry of Petroleum. Thanks to the formidable leadership of His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, who is also the Honorable Minister of Petroleum Resources, we have continued to implement sustainable reforms and policy directions in the Nigerian oil and gas industry, targeted at driving optimum value from our petroleum resources for Nigerians. The National Oil and Gas Excellence Center, which is being commissioned today, is a testament to the successes achieved in this regard. NOGEC has been carefully designed to support the achievement of the ministerial priorities, significant amongst which are cost reduction, increase in production, and value optimization in the industry. The center, under the direct supervision of the Department of Petroleum Resources, will leverage the existing capacity of the National Data Repository, NDR, as a principal data warehouse of the industry to drive initiatives that will enhance safety, value, and cost efficiency across all operations in the industry. The establishment of the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center is not only a response to a safer, cost-efficient, and sustainable oil and gas industry, but also a strategic move to position Nigeria as a regional and global leader in cost efficiency, breakthrough solutions, and value-added services for the industry. Accordingly, and to achieve the aforementioned 3-pronged value drivers of safety, value, and cost efficiency, the integrated NOGEC complex encompasses the following 5 units: Search, Rescue, and Surveillance Command and Control Center, National Improved Oil Revenue Center, Oil Recovery Center, Oil and Gas Alternative Dispute Resolution Center, Oil and Gas Competence Development Center, and Integrated Data Mining and Analytics Center. Let me take a few moments at this point to highlight the main elements of each of these centers to underscore its role in driving cost reduction, increasing production, and enhancing value for the industry. Search, Rescue, and Surveillance, SERAS, is a flagship program of the center designed to enhance safety management, emergency preparedness and response, and routine transportation for bed space management. SERAS will therefore drive cost reduction and improve operational efficiency across the industry. Conservatively, it is projected that upon full implementation of SERAS, the annual industry expenditure for offshore and remote locations, flight logistics, and emergency response will reduce by up to 50%. A significant gain towards our target of reducing cost per barrel across our operations. The National Improved Oil Recovery Center, on the other hand, is designed to promote the implementation of improved and enhanced oil recovery technologies to arrest the incidences of production decline and resultant high cost in many assets, especially in the matured Niger Delta Basin. In essence, the center will trigger secondary and tertiary recovery operations in the industry. The center will collaborate with operators, global technology centers, international oil and gas regulators, and other relevant parties to leverage experiences and best practices for application in Nigeria. Expectedly, the foregoing measures will result in reserves growth, production increase, field life extension, improved asset cycle cost, and reduced cost per barrel, all with positive impacts on national economy and investors' profitability. In another vein, the Oil and Gas Alternative Dispute Resolution Center is created to arrest the prevalent value erosion attributable to suboptimal development or non-development of oil and gas assets due to lingering disputes in the industry. The center shall offer arbitration, mediation, and conciliation services utilizing industry's technical experts who will provide fair and balanced resolutions of industry-related disputes from an informed position. The center will take advantage of resources of the NDR to ensure alternative dispute resolutions that results in value optimization in terms of resource growth and global competitiveness. By the same token, the other two units, namely the Integrated Data Mining and Analytics Center and the Oil and Gas Competence Development Center, are structured to position Nigeria as a top-tier destination for credible, bankable, and investment-grade data in the oil and gas industry to serve as a regional hub for competence development, respectively. These centers will provide cost-effective data and analytics solutions for investors, financiers, operators, as well as resources for oil and gas capacity building and trainings. In conclusion, I wish to assure all that NOGEC represents a state-of-the-art integrated facility that will provide the oil and gas sector with the much-needed technical and resource capabilities for stability, growth, safe operations, and cost efficiency for the benefit of all stakeholders. We are confident that this center will support the attainment of Mr. President's clear development imperatives for the sectoral growth and the industry performance targets set by the ministry for a fortified oil and gas sector. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I warmly welcome you to this event and congratulate the Nigeria oil and gas industry for this laudable achievement. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Chief Timipre Silva, the Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources. We're switching gears immediately to a video montage that will tell you a little bit of what you need to know about the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center. So please, for those of us in the room, rivet your eyes on the screen. For those virtual, you're already doing that. Let's enjoy the next 4 minutes of this video presentation on the NOGEC.
The National Oil and Gas Excellence Center, better known as NOGEC, is structured to drive three-pronged objectives that are critical for oil and gas industry stability, growth,
in a fair and equitable way.
The center will afford the Nigerian oil and gas business and industry the crucial elements for competitive advantage in the changing landscape.
The oil and gas industry to introduce and harness new technologies and ideas that will lead to development of new strategies that would attract and enhance inflow of foreign investments.
The integrated center will also entrench Nigeria's status as a regional leader and position the nation for significant global impact in the provision of value-added services and breakthrough solutions for the industry in years and decades to come.
Our focus is to look at what is best for the industry that will create more value for Nigeria.
In order to comprehensively cover key areas of the industry and target the threefold values drivers of safety, value, and cost efficiency, the integrated NOGEC complex is structured to house the following centers. 1. Search, Rescue and Surveillance Command and Control Center. 2. National Improved Oil Recovery Center. 3. Oil and Gas Alternative Dispute Resolution Center. 4. Oil and Gas Competence Development Center. And 5. Integrated Data Mining and Analytics Center. Search, Rescue and Surveillance (SERAS) is an industry-wide program established to enhance safety management, emergency preparedness and response, as well as bed space management and logistics services across the industry. SERAS will entrench safe practices, drive cost reduction, and improve operational efficiency across the industry. The SERAS Command and Control Center (CCC) is established at the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center, Lagos, while 2 other Rescue Coordination Centers (RCC) will be set up at Osubi and Brass in the first instance for effective coverage of areas of operations. The National Improved Oil Recovery Center is established to formulate and implement strategies for improved and enhanced oil recovery methods in the Nigeria oil and gas industry for the purpose of achieving maximum production at the lowest possible cost. Oil and Gas Alternative Dispute Resolution Center offers arbitration, mediation, and conciliation services for the industry. The center will leverage industry technical experts to provide fair and balanced resolutions of the industry's related disputes from an informed position, as well as access to robust data from the National Data Repository. The Oil and Gas Competence Development Center is a world-class center of excellence that will serve as the innovation hub for the oil and gas industry in Nigeria and beyond. The center will feature state-of-the-art training facilities, meeting rooms, conferencing, electronic library, digital visualization center, co-working spaces designed to stimulate creative thinking to proffer solutions for the technical and business challenges facing the energy sector. The Integrated Data Mining and Analytics Center will provide a platform for appropriate analysis of industry data to provide meaningful insights that will enable effective decision-making for investment, asset development, portfolio management, and operational excellence.
Indeed, the center is going to be for operational excellence and optimization of our industry's resources. To commission and launch these very center today, it is now my pleasure and privilege to move all the way to Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, as I welcome His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to do us the honors after addressing us. Your Excellency, the stage is yours.
The Governor of Lagos State, Chief of Staff, Honorable Ministers, National Security Advisor, Senior Government Officials, Group Managing Director, NNPC, Directors, Chief Executive Officer, Department of Petroleum Resources, captains of industry, and development partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be virtually presented for the commissioning of the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center at the Department of Petroleum Resources and extending for our industry, Victoria Island, Lagos. This center offers a new set of opportunities in the Nigerian petroleum industry in terms of investments, cost reduction, safety in operations, and capacity development. The establishment of the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center aligns with the administration commitment to foster stability, growth, and sustainability of the Nigerian oil and gas industry, consistent with the economic development and sustainability agenda articulated in the National Petroleum Policy 2017, B. National Gas Policy 2017, C. Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, and D. Economic Sustainability Plan 2020. You recall that at the beginning of this administration, we set a clear roadmap for the oil and gas sector in order to increase value from the nation's huge resources, potentials, and create opportunities for investors, both local and foreign, when I declared that Nigeria is open for business. I am glad that since then we have witnessed major financial investments in the sector, such as the AKK pipeline project, the NLG Train 7, and the completion of the 5,000 barrels per day Walter's refinery. Our renewed drive, economic diversification, in the oil and gas industry as a pilot remains on track as we expand government revenues and deploy it to our own gross domestic product, generate employment, and contribute to eliminating poverty in Nigeria. This National Oil and Gas Excellence Center will serve as an integrated resource complex to drive safely, value, and cost efficiency in the industry. It is therefore another milestone in the development of oil and gas sector and the realization of greater value for the country. In 2020, global economies were faced with unprecedented challenges and severe shocks in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic and the attendant consequences therefrom. Nigeria has not spared from the impact of the coronavirus, oil price crash, and OPEC Plus production cuts, with direct impact on government revenue projections and the national economy. However, we are emerging more resilient in 2021, owing in part to effort of the agencies of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, who work under my leadership and the direct supervision of the Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources, to keep oil and gas production levels stable, optimize government revenues, and ensure domestic energy security. The creation of the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center at this time is further demonstration that the Nigerian oil and gas industry has come of age, even against the odds. The center will serve as oil and gas industry cost reduction center and hub for industry best practices, technical support, and competence. It will also act as oil and gas techno-economic bureau to support government and its entities in policy development and implementation efforts. Above all, the Integrated Center will enhance the contribution of oil and gas sector to the nation's GDP, as well as strengthen Nigeria's position as regional leader in the oil and gas industry. While acknowledging our achievements, we must not relent. We must redouble our efforts and confront the challenges of global energy dynamics, resurgence of the coronavirus, unstable oil prices, and need for development of alternative energy. I therefore charge you all to rededicate yourselves to national duty and take full advantage of this excellent center to meet the challenges confronting the industry. On our part, we will spare no effort to ensure that Nigeria gets the maximum benefit from the huge natural resources. We will continue to leverage oil and gas for development and pursue our economic diversification drive across all sectors. I urge all industry practitioners and stakeholders to join me in this task of nation building to realize the abundant opportunities in our country. I would like now to commend the Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources, the Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Department of Petroleum Resources, and the entire staff of the Department of Petroleum Resources on the actualization of this Excellence Center. It is now my pleasure to commission the National Oil and Gas Excellence Center, and I hereby direct the Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources to cut the tape and drill the flag and declare it open on my behalf. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Shall we rise for the national anthem, please?
We may be seated just briefly. Indeed, one nation bound. Just for a few, just be seated. His Excellency the President would have left the chambers. He has directed, as you heard, but just to stress this, please, in line with observing the COVID protocol, please, we're asking those on the front row, which is the legislators, the minister, the PS, the director, the ES and CDMB, to go and cut the ribbon as directed by Mr. President. Everything they would do from the first floor to the last floor of the center, you would see on the screen. So please, I ask that we remain seated. We're bringing you everything live. Those who are online, those who are watching on television, you are going to see everything. We're streaming everything live. I'm actually talking to those in the room now. Those of you in your offices and your homes, do not social distance with your devices. You are safe where you are, don't worry. Okay, so please, let's kindly keep to these protocol guidelines for the ribbon cutting. That said, I would like to very respectfully invite now His Excellency Chief Timipre Silva, sir, as you will be led by the director. Director, sir, this is your baby. So please lead the Honorable Minister and proceed. I'll be joining you there. So please remain seated in the hall. Everything will be streamed live for you. Thank you.
Okay. Now we're ready, sir.
On behalf of Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, I commission this National Oil and Gas Excellence Center for the benefit of the oil industry and Nigerians in general, to the glory of God.
The Federal Ministry of State Petroleum will now be heading in to unveil the
Department of Petroleum Resources, National Oil and Gas Excellence Center, 7 Kofua Bayomi Street, Victoria Island, Lagos, commissioned by His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, on Thursday, 21st January 2021.
Which floor? Which floor?
Here, please. There's a second lift here. 6.
So
We're
the phone don't go there.
We're heading to the 6th floor now.
So the commissioning has been done. The tour begins from the 6th floor of the building.
This is the National Improvement Recovery Center.
This is the National Oil Improvement Recovery Center.
Reduce costs, improve oil and gas production in Nigeria, and already have facilities right inside the center. Thank you. So from this center, there is no reserve, whether oil or gas in Nigeria, that we don't have it here, that we cannot view and analyze it. There is no well that was drilled that we don't have record of it, that we cannot analyze it fully with all the visuals and calculations. So we do believe this facility and the treasure of information we have is now good enough for us to harness and get the benefit of this history as well as confidence for the industry to grow and drive costs down. We have able men and women that are working tirelessly to put this data together, and all the kinds of data that is essential to make oil as cheap as possible out of the reservoir, we have it here. And we use best available technology, and we have support of all the international best renowned companies that are in this business, that we are working together to ensure that we utilize this facility. Yes, sir. And we have, it is going to be very interactive. People are coming to get information, seek information, and also develop capacity and competence of everybody in terms of people that will now take this data and make it meaningful and change it into cost reduction and more money to be made. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All the information we are getting, all information that we are getting, we are harnessing and putting it into our enterprise data warehouse, as well as getting the information to be functional, big data, information that we get from the machines and from interaction of the machine from the operation. We put it together under this integrated data mining and analytics center. And we have equipment in the center to validate and verify what needs to be done and finance out of this center. But the first, I would like to introduce you to our Agile Software Lab. In this Agile Software Lab, we use our internal resource and capacity to develop all systems and processes that will enhance profitable oil and gas exploration, production, processing, and marketing, and also boost transparency for Nigeria. For example, we have Nigeria Oil Gas Asset Beneficiary Ownership Register, where we develop a register that anybody with any interest in Nigeria oil and gas asset will capture and put the register. And this is developed by Nigerians in Nigeria for Nigeria. This improves a lot of confidence in DPR and your leadership, that we are very transparent, because you can just come to DPR and know who owns what. That will give you confidence to invest. And this is developed not by any consultant, but our people. 24 of them, 2 teams that develop source code to solve issues and give value for money for whoever intended to invest. And while the lab is here, the team is creating as much solution as possible based on the enterprise resource that we use. We keep the other side for training and development. And you can actually come here, mine the data, yes, print the data if you want. For example, this is just a print, a sample print we have here. This is a print of, we select Kaduna State, and we print this using the printer, Kaduna State. This is just a special distribution of oil and gas in Kaduna State. We have all the blending plants. Anything you see here is a filling station with the name, landmark, add-on. That is why when we mention we have 9,000 filling stations that are ready to carry gas for the gas expansion program. This is the system we use to actually identify those filling stations. So you can see where we put add-on. Anywhere you see this add-on, that station is ready to add gas. So when they come to license, what we do is to say, you are ready for add-on, we identify. For every state in Nigeria, we have this. And we have, if it is gas filling plant, even if the station is, it has approval to construct, that is ATC, we have it. If there is railway, we put it. If we have our own office in that state, we put it. So that is why we believe this facility is ready for somebody that want to establish filling station. For example, here, we say, no, it's chopped up. You can see, you cannot sell, but you can get somewhere here to establish. That gives investor confidence, and it gives ability for people to have access to this data. For the metropolis, this is it. For the state, this is it. And we can zoom it to local government, to any area we want, and we print. So that is why we believe the center will be very expedient in enhancing and developing business. And so we have this. So the enterprise data warehouse, like this is daily associated gas balance report. Every day, we know what the gas is, what the oil is, produce water, from everything that relates to oil and gas. We have it on daily basis. Yes, we have it on daily basis, so we can do reconciliation and see exactly what are we really having. So the era of saying that Nigeria doesn't know what we produce, what we sell, what we live is over and over and over, because this is it. You can even come and see it, because that is why we established that EDW, the Enterprise Data Warehouse. We warehouse the data as we get the production. And these young men and women, Nigerians, they are passionate of getting this to really make the country to stand in and as one of the major oil and gas players in the world. So that is what we have, sir. So, sir, this is the flagship of our program, and this flagship is Search, Rescue, and Surveillance Command and Control Center. Yes, sir. In this, why we make it a flagship? Because this is an operation that happens every day. As we speak, there's crew change. As we speak, there are shifts, people going and coming. And we need to really tackle and know who is going, who is coming, and what kind of facility that we use to really go and come. And that is where the money is, because you have to pay. We have to reduce the cost of aviation. $7,000 per hour is not acceptable. We have to reduce it through cooperation. And we have facilities that will help us achieve that. So, sir, this is the command and control center that we set for the flagship of the program. We have our own servers, and for now, we can tell you total number of people working offshore right now, people that exchange today, people that are coming tomorrow. So we believe if we can get account of those people with their nationality, with their training, with number of Nigerians there, number of Americans, Europeans, Indians, we all know real time. And those are the people that are there. So with that, we can really plan, and we know the movement, and we make the bed space management, and we get if there's any emergency, we know the medical history of that person that called for an emergency. And so if you look at this, just to show the offshore movement, I think this is today's offshore movement. And we have 96 people. This is real time. We have their names, we have their age, we have their nationality, we have everything as we speak today. So it is functional already. So all that we need to do is to make sure that this movement and frequency that is really managed and controlled, rather than paying, rather we have to cooperate and make sure that since this data is live, is functional. And we have history, we can go back 2 years, 3 years, we try to capture, and we can really forecast. For example, if during COVID, when we see, the surge, we know the movement and we control. Like so far as we speak now, we have 96 people that move in and out of Nigerian offshore industry. And that will cover not only offshore, land, swamp, and everywhere. And that is why we create and integrate wisdom into the program. So that even the downstream facilities, we have the inflow and interaction of people in those facilities.
We have the highest number of movements.
Yes, right now. Chevron. You see, Chevron have the highest number. Then mobile. So you can actually see and you can filter by company, by location. So you will now manage the equipment, which helicopter is going, and we need to have this capacity to really manage the movement, as well as capacity to manage the incident if it happens. And even now, the system with the launching has capacity to manage security emergencies. Because if there's any attack, we will get at least the first information if there is anything, we can get first information. So that is Maceras. And we believe this as flagship of the entire center, because this is what is live now, and we run it. It will definitely drive cost and enhance benefit for Nigeria and the industry. Kudos to your leadership.
We have 0 flow. Shall we go to the next one? Go.
Yes, thank you.
Take it first. Yeah.
So this is the heart. This is actually the heartbeat of the entire program, the National Data Repository Program. This is where all the data come, not only the data that will fit the NOGEC, but the data of the entire industry. And I'm sure Honorable Minister, you visited this place, and some of us are here, but you can see the improvement we made in getting this supporting the NOGEC. No, right. Let's start with right. Right. We start with right first. This is where we see things.
Okay.
So, sir, this is the industry. Yes. So, this is the Nigerian oil and gas industry. The entire industry across the value chain sit here. All the information that we get, whether it's subsurface, operational information, human information, management, everything. This is where it is. This is the server. This is where all the information is getting. We have this physical, we have it in the cloud, and we have a disaster recovery centers elsewhere that we make sure that if everything goes, the recovery center is there. And the difference between this one, the cloud, and the disaster recovery center is just 2 seconds. 1 second between this one and our cloud, another second between this one and the disaster recovery. So this one, we recently improved and increased the capacity to about 200 terabytes storage, and we have physical storage beside this, where we keep tabs, where we keep information about all the historical data, active data, relevant data, cost data, data for academia, as well as data that is cost, because we have data companies that go and do seismic, get their data, they put it here. They go process data, they bring it here, and they sell, they make government revenue. So this is the heartbeat. And we go, these offices, we have people that work here 24/7. There is no Saturday, no Sunday. They live here, they control, they see what this gadget is doing, together with all the civil location, and they advise. And if they see any site, they advise. We have people here that say 24/7 on shift of 12-hour basis. So that is how they manage this. Yes. So when the data, just to have the strength of the data, you see, now I'm the director, but I don't have access I deactivate my access after the data processing of the marginal field. We only have one person in Nigeria that have access to this. But I intend to expose him today and remove him and nominate another one. so that he will open, you see what is in. But if he open, he will no longer be. So after I remove my own, because that room actually is the real entity. This is the Federation Center control the entire business of oil and gas. This is where we control the productions and volume. This is where we know who produce what, at what rate, at what time, and how much do you produce? How much oil do you lift out of Nigeria? Who is lifting? Where are you taking it to? So this is what we have, and you select any field. Let me select Agbami. Take us to Agbami. You will see the real production there in Agbami. You can reconcile the volume. You will see it. This is Agbami as we speak. Currently, there is no export ongoing. That's right. Yes. And these are the tank levels. All the tanks are captured here. So you see, sir, the eras of saying that we don't know what we produce is not there. We know even the tankage. We know the volume as you produce into the tank. And as we load, we follow, we track all the ship that is coming to Nigeria. Zoom to Nigeria, please. Let us see the ships that are coming to our country. And we see it on real basis, real-time basis. As you load, you see the change in draft for the ship. If it gets, and you see the volume, and you see you get the field where the loading is, and you reconcile, you know, this is the volume that is there. And you see, this is Usan. No. Okay, the loading program. Yes, the loading program. Okay. From here, this is a probabilistic. If you come down, you'll see what is actually loaded. Yes. Just go on. So we forecast. We even know how much. For example, in February, we know the estimated loading that will come. So we will now program it, whether it is oil, whether it is condensate, which ship is coming to pick, where it is taken to. In fact, we use this tool to know who is buying Nigerian crude, who is supplying us with products. We all manage it from here. So we know the trade volume between Nigeria and any country. And this, we believe, is, for example, this is the export. This is the monthly export. This is for 2 years. You can even change it. This is monthly. So each bar is 1 month. So let's go to December, which is just concluded. As we can see, in December, about 55.23 billion barrels was exported, and India alone, 10.57 went to India. And you see the off-takers. I think China in December bought 0, UK bought 0, yes. But Italy bought 1.9 million barrels from us. US have 3.2 million barrels, 3.27. So it goes this record on real time and archiving to know exactly what volume of crude we produce, we sell, and what volume of product we import and we distribute. We can even zoom to see the port of discharge of product and the port of destination of crude. All this we have this capacity and capability. So if we can even see here, if there is any vessel that is not registered, we know that vessel is taking maybe stolen product. We normally have an advice that we give Nigerian Navy that there is vessel in so place, you need to really take action. And in most cases, they take action. And every time we see this, you see that we use this, and this place also is managed 24/7 because the loading is being managed 24/7. So they are working on shift. Those are the people that we leave here pending the completion of the DPRO head office, where we will now replicate and duplicate the facility over there. Where is loading taking place?
This is Wari Tank Farm. Yes, we can see it, we can see a vessel transported here. So if there is if it is not expected, our people, we have an analysis and forensic team set up 24/7 that are supposed to be reconciling what is ongoing with what is actually approved. If we see any vessel that, for example, doesn't have a license to be there, it will be flagged up, either for coastal vessel for shift to shift, or vessels bringing in or taking out crude. So they are actually monitored. Each vessel that comes into the shores of Nigeria, this platform is designed to ensure that anything that comes into Nigeria, we capture it and we advise accordingly.
And it's suitably designed for DPI because we conceive it and we give it to them. Then, sir, this will interest you more, sir. Yes. I think before we start with the dynamic upgrade management, let's go to, because this is a project of Honorable Minister. So this is Nigerian Gas Commercialization Program. You've been asking me why the delay. Actually, this is what we program. Every flare point in Nigeria is programmed here with the volume, with the location, and we capture it on real time. We reconcile with the volume, with that volume you see. Because as it is now, we go on with the program. We don't know what we are taking. We rely on the companies, but right now we rely on our data. So we know the exact volume. And you can take any location. Please just get any location and zoom the location. You see the flare. You see the facility, you see the OML, you see the operator, you see when it was discovered, and you get all the historical data. And you can now adequately say this volume is for this, and you finish off the program and you issue out. Through this, we discovered that there are more flare points than initially declared because we account for the volume. We know where the volume is, we map it out, we know where the facility is because we were challenged. Those off-takers, they are saying they don't have access to the site. But what if we give you the picture with the Google map, everything you see, you can take it. And we have the actual volume in which you can take, in which you can now know and make decision and take decision. So, and with this, it now catapults us to another thing, which this initiative made us to create this dynamic acreage management, whereby at any time we know how every OPL and OML is performing because it's live. It's something live and it is something that is creating wealth for the nation. So we map out every acreage with the local government, with the community, with everything, because we give for attribution, for calculation of sharing of wealth, we give the attribution. So to stop that issue of this is in my state, this is it, we now use this dynamic acreage management and we put it to really print out of it and give it to Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission with impeccable data, no issue. So that is why you see, sir, within the last 8 months, there is no argument. No state is arguing that I'm getting less or I'm getting more. And what we are trying to use for is to improve security of this facility. Because if it is down, then the state will have less money. If they complain that this month we have this money, we say no, so field is down, no production. So you only get the 13% derivation from production, and that is down. So that is why everything now calm down. So this is it.
So we'll go to first floor. First floor. Still at the same, we want to end after the first floor.
We have another meeting there, but
no problem. We will go to first floor. Sushi.
yes, sir.
We need to show the first floor. They said 25. This is the ATR. This is the resolution because of this. We have set but the alternative. This is resolution. That is where it is. We also have setting. So, sir, this is the recreation center for the center for the complex. We have canteen here. We have ATM, and we have gym. We have bank. So we have gym, so that people, when they do research, they do everything, they can really come, exercise. Yes. So those that used to sleep there. Yes. So there is exercise, there is shower there, and everything is there with all the offices.
Sorry.
So that a center like this will not be there with us. You see that yes, this is what we do.
Just keep that.
Yes. So all these offices and the view page here, we bring it here so you see this view page. The work of this, every analog submission that they did to DPR, we scan it and it comes here, we store it as digital. So all the letters we receive or you sign, when we scan it, it comes to this view page. So we query the data. It's when we finish our permanent headquarters that we will transfer the view page to it. But for now, we believe it is better to stay here than to take it there since the we are watching what is happening.
We don't know.
Keep the mic.
Which is true. It's muted now. I'll be entering their shop too. What am I doing now? What am I doing? You've gone round, you've seen for yourself. Yeah. First, tell us what's your assessment. What do you think?
After going through the Excellence Center that the Nigerian oil and gas industry has come of age. We're now looking at the softer issues to enhance recovery, to ensure that our costs are down. Because the problem we have had in Nigeria is that our cost of production has been too high. So a lot of these things that have been put in place will definitely bring down the cost of production, which will improve the government take.
Issues around safety and mediation is also in all of this.
Yes,
Minister, take us through.
As I said before, I mean, these are the softer issues. This is also going to improve this. Company had its own arrangement for safety, but we are now integrating it. That means that this is going to bring down costs because it will bring down the economy.
This is just to inform you that this press interview with the director and the minister marks the end of the event. After the interview will be done. After the interview, that's it. Thank you. We're not coming back to the hall.
Sold their interest in OMS 17, and the local Nigerian company has bought it. We believe that that will improve Nigerian participation in the industry, and I believe that overall it's better for all of us as Nigerians and for the industry that this has happened. We thank Shell for doing that, and we wish the buyers, transnational oil and gas company, the very best.
President Buhari highlighted a lot of achievements for the sector, gas and all of that. What more are we expecting as we move gradually? COVID-19 is still a challenge. But what more are we expecting in 2021, sir?
Well, I believe that 2021 will be a year where a lot of things will mature. For example, the push for gas started last year. Last year was declared the year of gas. From 2021, we have declared this decade. Gas is where a lot of value is produced, a lot of opportunities are produced, a lot of jobs are created, and
Sorry.
Good afternoon, sir. It's a massive project here, and the beginning of something that will revolutionize the downstream oil and gas sector. What's this whole drive about?
it's not just the downstream oil and gas sector. It's going to impact both the upstream and the downstream. This is going to improve safety. You know, safety is a major concern in the oil industry. And we have had a big problem. One of the biggest problems we have had is actually our cost of production. This is also going to help bring down the mic to the pickup.
How much of this buy-in do we have for this project? And I see the aspect of ADR. Do we need any forms of legislation to give this the tools to be able to so that whatever that is said from it can be binding on the parties?
I know ADR is alternative distribution. It really doesn't require any legislative backing. There are a lot of issues that can be resolved if you sit on the table. So what we're doing is sit on the table first. The resolution, you can go to court, but that should be the last resort. We shouldn't be find before you go to the front. That's what it's about. So I will believe that a lot of these issues, and from experience, which is industry owned. And the industry knows that this is going to really be beneficial to them. And so everybody in the industry has bought in before we even started.
I must say thank you very much for your time. Let's go to the top from you. I'm sorry. Let's talk now today.
Well, I can say that the success begins from today because it's not a shell center. That is a center without nothing. It's a center full of facility and people. We have started. The data is there. It's just trying to use the data, both cultural data and data that we record daily, to see how that data could help vibrant industry. And is the industry that really championed this thing. It is like both government and the industry is challenged. How can we really actualize the reduction of cost? Not saying we have physical infrastructure to really go through that. We have communication with other centers like this to see how we can benefit from of and the commitment of IOCs, the commitment of NOCs, the commitment of all sectors of the industry across the value chain. That I believe the industry has said, yes, we are up to the challenge, we are ready, and we want to do it, and we are doing it. So I can say, but well, Nigerians, they will just begin to see how the oil industry for their life.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
How are you? Why didn't you come?
I was around. I know it was a day before. Then after it was not the next day. By the time I came back, secretary. First four, then after that we take your turn. I don't have it. Sorry, gentlemen, just hold on. No, he didn't come. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, thank you. Please, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, please. Distinguished. Honorables, please. Sorry, sir. Director, you remain, sir. You remain at the center. Just a small of you. Just a small of you.
Okay. Then I see your software is showing. See your software is showing. Top management, please. Top management of DPR. Top management, please. The Honorable Minister and the Director of the President. Please. Top management. Sir. All the top management of DPR, the TMC, members of the TMC. Okay, please, sir. Can we have my phone? Yeah, please.
Director is there with them. Sorry. Hello, sir.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Hello, sir. Thank you, ladies. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Excellent. That's it. You're welcome. That's it. Okay, good. Thank you.
I said that.
Yeah, good for you. Are you okay? Yeah.